Hey y'all, Chef IrixGuy here, and within this video I'm going to show you how to eat snow crab, and I've got the tools, everything's laid out, and by the way you can expand this video's description and then click the link there to find the tools like I use, but these are very important and you're about to see why. So let me get my snow crab and we're going to dive right in. I'm going to show you how to eat snow crab. Oh, well, yeah. Look at that. Man. And I got more than just snow crab in this. I got some other stuff steamed in here too, but we're going to talk about snow crab for this video. Oh, man. Oh, yes. Yes, sir. Putting this mess away. We don't want to make a mess. We'll need a plate. Put that down there. Make sure we're all good on the camera. Yes, sir. Give me a beverage. We're gonna get this stuff going here. So, this is how to eat snow crab. So if you're going out and you just want to eat and you're not impressing anybody, that's fine. You're going out, you know, maybe you've never eaten snow crab before and you've got a business opportunity and you don't want to look like an idiot. You know, how do you eat snow crab? My situation is that I'm very hungry. I'm Chef IrixGuy and I just want to eat some snow crab. But your situation can be different and that's great. You know, this video is applicable for anyone that's eating snow crab professionally, recreationally. Maybe you've had a few drinks, it's like, ooh, I'm going to try some snow crab. I recommend a cola to go with it. Good stuff. So the first thing you're going to want to do, this right here is what you call a snow crab cluster. Now there's this part here, and you can get some meat out of that. We're going to go into it here in a minute. Typically a cluster has a few of these legs, and then it typically has a leg with a claw. So for starters, we're going to start with the most basic, the most common one first, which is just, whoa, a leg without a claw. These are very thin. These pieces you can typically crack with your fingers and then gently pull out. And again, it's a gentle pull out because you don't want to break your meat. So good. Now, there's several tools I got here. I got this little bitty fork, and then I've got this bigger one. And again, expand this video's description and click the link there. You can find the tools like I use. You can see this piece, this isn't necessarily optimal for that. For these smaller legs, if they don't pull out immediately, you can use this little metal fork. You can really dig in and really grab that meat. None of it needs to go to waste. Oh, it's so good. Now, these were steamed with a little bit of spice. So, I'm not dipping them in drawn butter. If you got drawn butter, that's going to be a common thing. If you go to a restaurant and get them, you can pull it out and dip it in drawn butter. Now look at that. That was a perfect pull. So see, I can eat that without using tools. These smaller pieces right here, you got to crack very gently. Oop, I broke it. So that happens sometimes. If it does, that's why these small forks are so important, because you can really dig into that small crevice and pull it out. You know, don't waste any of this meat. And I know you manners people are like, man, why you got your elbow on the table? This is comfort food, man. I'm just enjoying it. Now, you would never do that in a professional setting. You know, you'd never put your elbow on a table. But the purpose of this video is not dining etiquette. The purpose of this video is how to eat snow crab effectively. So see, these little bitty small tools, you can really dig in. You can pull it out. None of this meat goes to waste. You try to crack these small pieces, they're so small, it's often hard to get the goodness out of it. But with this, even, you know, not cracked, you can still get it, so there's no crab left behind, man. I see that one's empty because it pulled out all the way. So that's one of your most common legs. Now we're going to get down to the more complicated leg, the thicker one. Now this one is one that you probably can't break with your bare hands. And if you're ever in a situation where they don't provide a tool, you need to ask for one. So this right here is a little crab cracker tool. See, I can gently crack. Now you don't want to push too hard, but you just want to crack it enough to where you can break this part in half. Now this part, again, this is thicker than the other legs. Look at that, perfect. There's nothing left. And see this piece? Just eat it like that, and then I can grab my bigger tool and just really pull this out. You know, if you're with a really snooty bunch and they're eating snow crab, you need to find a different pack of friends or colleagues. Because this is like barbecue ribs, man. You just got to get messy to enjoy it. Now, that little tool works great, but there's still some small pieces. I'm not going to waste anything. I don't waste food, man. And you can just see inside there. You just pull it all out. Man, snow crab is so good. Now, a lot of people don't realize with this piece, there's a claw. Hello, I was a snow crab in the sea, and now you're eating me. Yes, I am eating you. Nothing is going to go to waste. But there's a joint right here that you can crack too. Never miss that. Never miss it. So you can crack that joint. In this piece, there's a big meaty piece in that joint. We're going to do that before we get to the claw here. Now that wasn't a perfect crack, but I did crack it enough to where I can see the meat within, so I'm going to get my metal tool and devour all that meat. Snow crab is some of the best meat, man. I mean, I'm only doing a pound of snow crab tonight for myself, but I could eat, depending upon what physical activities I've done that day, I could probably eat 3 or 4 pounds of this stuff. It's so good. Now this right here, the crab claw, you're going to use the bigger part on this tool. And by the way, expand this video's description and click the link there. You can find the tools like I use. But see, you just gently push. The objective here, and again, it takes practice and it doesn't always work even if you practice a lot. The objective here is to pull this out. I did it. So you can see the meat's exposed right there. So you can bite the meat. And then you can get your crab tools and pull out the meat from the other side. Again, this is not about etiquette. This is about efficiency. These tools make it so much easier. Now there's some small pieces in here. I'll get my little metal fork. Crab is such a delicacy, man. I mean, it's just got such a good flavor to it. I'm not even dipping this in drawn butter. Garlic butter, no. This is steamed with a little bit of seasoning, so I don't need the extra seasoning. The thing that's so good about snow crab is that, you know, the appeal is just the freshness of the meat. And you don't want to distort the flavor of the meat. I mean, a little bit of seasoning is fine. Or none at all. But some people don't like to season them when they steam them. And they just like to dip them in drawn butter, garlic butter, which is fine. But the flavor of this, it's unlike anything else, man. It really is. So I tore that one up. Now, these end pieces, the part where it all connects, this piece right here, there is some meat in there. You really gotta poke around in that and dig it out. Some people don't eat this meat that's in the middle part, and granted, the meat in the middle part has a slightly different flavor profile than the meat in the legs. Not just bad, it's just different. So, actually, one of my good friends from Paraguay in South America, you know, he told me about you get a little piece of the shell, you just kind of got to get rid of it. But yeah, he told me about the meat in this part that I never thought about. Because I'd always thought it was only in the legs, but there's actually meat in this middle part too. And it's good. You know, don't let any of your meat go to waste. I mean, crab is, again, it's a delicacy, and you don't want to let this meat go to waste. Now, I promise y'all the full experience. So this is another leg of the cluster here. So we did the one with the claw. Now this one, again, this type of leg, I always crack with my fingers, and I'm a skilled snow crab cracker. As you can see, there's no meat left there. It's all right here. So now I can crack it again if it's long enough. And I did. And I got most of it, but there's still a piece. Never leave any crab behind. And see, I just got that with my teeth. I didn't have to use a tool. This little piece that's left here where I cracked it, there's some in there. Never leave any crab behind, man. Dig it out, eat it. Oh man, it's so good. But this is one of those things that, you know, and again, and I'm sure there's a lot of etiquette professors and whatnot watching this. This is not about etiquette. This is just efficiency. You know, how do I eat snow crab efficiently? This is how I do it. And it's these tools. So, you know, sometimes you go into a restaurant and they're only going to give you, they may give you a cracker, you know, crab cracker, and that's it. If you're doing these at home, you need a proper set of tools like I've got. And they're very affordable. Again, expand this video's description and then click the link there. These are very cheap. But they do the job, as you can tell. See, I'm getting all these little pieces out of here. And you don't want to leave anything behind, man. Don't leave any crab behind. That's just wasteful. I mean, these crabs are in the ocean. You know, like, being a crab and stuff. They're like, dude, I'm a crab. I'm like, yep. Look at this. Yep, it broke partially. So, now I'm stuck in a situation where I've got a piece in both ends of the shell. I call that the gentle bite. So I pulled it out enough to where I could get my teeth on it, and then I ate the rest. That worked. Sometimes that won't work, but in that situation it did. Oh wait, do I have, no, that one's done. Where's the, oh, here it is. Yeah, again, no crab left behind, man. You got to eat it all. That piece kind of tried to hide from me. See, look at that. Oh man, this stuff is so good. It's messy. A lot of people don't like snow crab because they're like, man, it requires so much effort. Well, if it takes too much effort, then you're just too good, man. You gotta lighten up your tude, man. Lighten up that attitude. And see, now we're gonna do the small part here first. Again, it's thin, so I can crack it with my fingers. See, look at that. Oh, perfect. I got it all out. Typically, only the ones with the claw are the ones that have to use the tool. Now, I'm tasked with a situation here This is a short piece. Can I make a short crack? Actually, I did and it worked. But there's still crab in there and there's no crab left behind, so I'm going to pull that out. And sometimes it's not a lot of meat at all in these small pieces. But again, we're not wasteful people. We are eating everything. This crab was cool one day, and it's like you got picked up, and like people were gonna eat them. Look at that! Look at that perfection right there. Dig this out. This is so good. Again, I don't waste any. Whether it's crab or whatever, I don't waste food. That piece already came out. Now I'm going to break this piece. Perfect. And there's nothing in that. That middle part already ate all that. Now this is bigger, so I can use my bigger tool. And sometimes even the bigger tool, then it gets into smaller pieces, so you just kind of get this small tool. So in other words, sometimes it comes out in big chunks, big meaty chunks, which is easy. But sometimes the meaty chunks break up into smaller slithers like this scenario, and you just got to use a smaller tool to ensure there's no crab left behind. You don't want to leave any crab. No. I got it all out of that one. Now sometimes you just need to break it up, because I've got a pound of snow crab. Sometimes you want a piece of sausage. Because crab's not that filling. I mean, especially if you're really hungry like I am, you're going to want more. I mean, you're going to want some sustenance. There's a potato. Now, you know what I forgot to get was a fork. So the etiquette people will really frown upon this. But I just cut this potato in half with my little crab fork. You're on an interview, you're on a date, man, never do that. And never put your elbows or your arms on the table. But I'm just showing you somebody's hungry. I'm wanting to show you how to eat snow crab. And this is not, look how dirty my hands are too. Obviously I'd wipe my hands, and I'd probably wear a bib. And I wouldn't take bites that large, but I'm so hungry, man. Kielbasa. Let's do one more here so I can show you. This is another big one. This is one that you could crack with your hands, but it's difficult. So to demonstrate, these that have the claw, the thicker ones, use your crab cracker. Now you're not aggressively doing it. You're just slightly squeezing because you want to crack it on the outside with the expectation that then when you crack it with your fingers, that it'll come out all the way. It almost did. There's a little piece left behind. And again, no crab left behind. Even though it's a tiny piece, I just ate it. Now this piece I can eat, no problem. And then this, I can pull out, eat the rest of it. I love snow crab, man. Get every piece, no crab left behind, man. See, there's small chunks, but it's there. I mean, I'm not just doing this for show. There's another piece. Now, if you're in a restaurant and it's not a proper dining set, they may not give you the little tiny crab forks. They may just give you a regular size fork and a cracker, this cracker piece. So with a regular fork, it's going to be more challenging, but you can still get it out if you just take your time. But a proper crab restaurant should give you the set like I use. Okay, now this one has kind of been difficult. Sometimes you just kind of twist around. Again, not a hard push, just a gentle push. Just breaking that outer shell. I don't think this one's going to pull out in a way. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. So this one I kind of got a piece here. And then I got a piece here, small pieces. And then I can break that off because that's a shell. And now I've got a big chunk of meat in here. Well, a big chunk of meat for a small piece, for a small part, the joint. Got all that, now we're down to the claw. Hello, y'all, I'm a snow crab. Yes, you were. Actually, you still are, I'm just eating you right now. So this, again, gently crack. This one, the wide sides, not the top, because I'll show you why. Gently crack. If you do this properly, and this is a hit or miss, but if you get it to where it'll break, well, it didn't. Sometimes it'll come out as a full piece. This part will be empty. But since it didn't, and again, you can be the most proficient crab cracker in the world, and this will still happen. A lot of it has to do with how it's cooked. This particular piece, the meat didn't leave the shell as effortlessly as the previous piece that I ate. And again, no crab left behind, so you know, eat it all. I'm digging it out here. But if you get lucky and it just pulls right out, you just bite onto it. If you ever eat like blue crab claws that are fried or blackened or grilled, you know, those you just bite down to the cartilage in the middle and you pull. This has cartilage in the middle too, so if this piece came all the way out, we could bite down and you just leave the cartilage. And that's an important point. Don't eat the cartilage in the middle. Just bite down to it. A lot of really uppity events where, oh, I can't crack snow crab with my hands. My hands would smell dirty. You know, the snooty events, some of those events you will get the snow crab claws only. They'll have them cracked and they'll just have the meat sticking out. So you put it in your mouth, you bite down to the cartilage, don't bite through the cartilage, bite down to the cartilage and pull the meat out. You know, that's a snooty scenario where, you know, people are too good to crack their own snow crab. I'm not too good. I'm getting messy. I don't care. I'm in this for the flavor. I'm in this for the tutorial. I've been eating snow crab my entire life. I'm over 40 years old, and I will continue to eat snow crab until I die, because I love snow crab. But again, no crab left behind, man. Eat every single bite. Look at this. There's so much in here. The claws are one of my favorite pieces, but you know, it's going to require the most work. because you will need to use a tool unless you're in that snooty setting where, oh, well, we've cracked your crab for you, sir. Well, thank you. I would have preferred to have done it myself and splattered my Armani suit. But, it is what it is. I'm not bashing people that have money. I'm just showing you how to eat snow crab effectively, efficiently. And see some of these pieces of meat, but even small pieces there. I mean, again, no crab left behind. It fell on my plate. I'm going to grab it. This is inappropriate, but again, this is not a lesson in manners. I'm going to proceed. I'm going to show y'all some more kielbasa. One more situation I didn't demonstrate. I'm not going to let y'all watch me eat this entire thing. Although I could. Let's say you break this. Again, it takes practice. But let's say it didn't all come out. What you could do in that situation, you could utilize these scissors. You could eat this, look. You could utilize the scissors and then cut the edge. There's a little piece. And then if you wanted to, you could cut around and you could pull it out. I'm personally I'm not going to say lazy, but I'm just not from that school of thought. So I'm just going to pull it out and eat it. But if you wanted to cut it, all power to you. But yeah, this crab tool set I got is very affordable. Again, expand this video's description and click the link there. Now, here's this joint. This is a really small joint, so I'm using most crab tools like these. Proper crab tools are going to have a smaller piece and a bigger piece. I'm going to put this in the smaller piece here and crack that joint. And sometimes that joint's so small it's not even worth the effort. But in this case, there is a piece of meat. And as you know, we don't leave any crab behind. I mean, we eat all this, man. Small or large, crab is crab, man. It's good meat. It's a delicacy. Let's pull this out. There's a little bitty piece in there, and I just don't want to let it go. Let's see. And see, this piece is really small, so you really gotta. It broke. It feels good when it comes all the way out. Sometimes you can gently pull it with your teeth and pull it out, but sometimes you just gotta utilize this tool. See, there it is. Nothing left in there. And again, I've been eating snow crab my entire life, so you get to learn the amount of pressure that you need to apply to pull this out. But these end pieces, if you don't have a fork like this, if you just got a standard restaurant fork, often that's hard to get out. But see, with this, even though it's not a lot of meat, I got it out. And I mean, that's what matters. Here's a little inner piece right here. See, up in here you got this meaty area. You can I'm going to pull it out with your little fork. And again, the crab in this main part, the top of the cluster, is different flavor. It's good. It's just completely different than the flavor of the meat and the legs. I'm just gonna eat this whole thing on camera. Why not? I'm gonna eat this whole thing, man. Man. You notice I haven't wiped my hands. There's no point. I mean, I'm just going to continue to crack. That's what I hate when you're in a snooty situation and people are like, man, you need to wipe your hands. You need to wipe your face. I'm like, you know what? If you're so concerned about appearance, you don't need to be eating ribs or snow crab at a snooty event. Honestly, I'd have best look at that. Pulled right out. Big chunk. But that's kind of my thing. If I'm going to a snooty event, there's a few things I stay away from. Chicken wings, snow crab, barbecue ribs. Because it's like, people at a snooty event, they just want to eat it in like a certain snobby way. And I'm just like, dude, I'm like, I don't care how much money you have or how much money you think you have. There's certain foods that you just got to enjoy. It's good food. It's, oh, there it is. Again, no crab left behind, man. It's good food, and there's certain things to just eat it properly. You just gotta get messy. And, you know, it's not, you know, sometimes it's not the most glamorous thing, but, you know, if you're so concerned about your appearance and the way that you present yourself, don't eat that stuff. Look at that, perfect. Now see, I'm sophisticated because I know how to eat this. That was perfect, the way that, now see, actually I can crack this one again. Now, it didn't work successfully, so now I got two pieces. I got this piece. In a situation like this, you can probably kind of push and then grab with your teeth like I did. They grabbed most of it, but there's still a small piece. So now I got all of it. This other side where it broke off, there's still some piece, there's a piece of big meat in there. This stuff's so good. You can do this with like, you can steam it without any seasoning. You can dip it in garlic butter. You can steam it with a Cajun seasoning like this is. Which I like this. And stay tuned. I'm going to do a how to cook snow crab video. And at the time of watching this, I may already have that up. But, yeah, this is a spicy Cajun seasoning. Don't leave any crab, man. In this video, just so you're wondering how much crab I'm eating, I'm eating about 1 pound of snow crab. So if you're like, man, that's a lot of meat, it's really not. It takes a lot of time. Perfect. None left in that end. I'm going to crack this end again. It just takes practice, man. You can see there's a little bitty piece. And as I reiterate over and over and tell your friends and your family, no crab left behind, man. We don't waste. Even if it's a small piece like that and that, we don't waste food. We're getting close to the end of this pound of crab. Yeah, perfect. Now I got an option here. I can try to crack it again, or I can try to pull it out. Since I'm proud of my crab cracking abilities, I'm going to try to crack it first. Nope. But I did break the joint off, so now I can kind of push in here. Nothing left. Just grabbed it with my teeth again. This is not an etiquette class. I'm talking my mouth full too. Not an etiquette class. Now where did I put my, oh here it is. So there's the little joint right there. There's a little bit of piece right there. That broke off. And now this piece I got to use my tool. I bet people from all the Ivy League schools. Perfect. That actually came out a big piece. I bet people from all the Ivy League schools, and it's funny, you know, in this business, people you'll meet, and some of those people don't know how to eat snow crab, or even how to iron a pair of shorts or pants. Well, in their case, it wouldn't be ironing shorts, it'd be ironing pants, because shorts are, ooh, those are inappropriate. So now I've got a situation. I broke that, I broke this, and I got a piece in here. So you just kind of use your tool and pull it out. No crab left behind, man. There's still a piece. This one was all cracked up. And then there's this end piece. And again, if you don't have tools like these small end pieces are really hard to get them out with a standard size table fork. Before I tear into the claw, I'm going to tear into this middle part. Again, the middle part has a completely different flavor. But there's meat in there, and a lot of people don't realize that because they say snow crab legs. People automatically assume it's just the legs. There's meat in here too. And again, I attribute this knowledge to a friend of mine from Paraguay. He was a food connoisseur. There's a lot of cartilage and stuff here too, so you just got to dig around with a small fork. But it's definitely worth digging for, man. That's a big piece. Now we're going to use the tool again. Again, not a hard crack. You just want to crack it enough to where you can break it. That actually came out, well, there's a tiny piece, even though it came out a big chunk, there's still a tiny piece in here. Again, no crab left behind, man. We're gonna eat all this. Mmm. Remember, there's the joint and then there's the claw. So we're gonna do the joint. Again, not a full push, just enough to break that joint. That's perfect. Now, actually, there's a little piece in here. There's a big piece here. Man, this is it's so good. I know. I mean, I know I'm doing this for a YouTube tutorial, but like, I genuinely just love crab, man. Crab, raw oysters on the half shell. I mean, So again, the big piece here, we're gonna see if we can get this one to come out perfectly. We're just gonna kind of start with the fat sides and then let's see. Oh, almost had it. There's a little bitty piece in there. Actually, a couple little bitty pieces. And again, it's just a matter of how it's cooked. Because if it's cooked perfectly, sometimes it'll all pull out. And the way I cracked that, if it was cooked 100%, and man, I've been eating all this and rambling, so it's been out for a while. I mean, not a while. I mean, it's not like I cook seafood and let it sitting out. It's been out for a few minutes, and you know, sometimes when that happens, let's see, these pieces that didn't come out, they're stuck to the inside of the shell, so I just got to dig them out. And people that don't go to this effort, in my opinion, they're just wasteful. If you're eating with somebody that doesn't, call them out on it. Just tell them they're wasteful. Now see, there's a cartilage in the middle, so again, bite down till you feel that cartilage. Don't bite hard. You can see the cartilage. So you bite down to it, and then you pull out the remaining meat. On each side of the cartilage. These tools are so essential. And again, most, not your top level restaurants, but a lot of your lower tier restaurants that serve snow crab, they may give you the crackers and that's it. The crab crackers, this tool. But you really need all these proper tools to do it right. Hope this video helped you to learn how to eat snow crab effectively. Again, this was not a lesson for etiquette. As you can see, I mean, I'm filthy, but I hope it taught you a lesson. And be sure to subscribe, ring that bell icon when you do. And most importantly, expand this video's description and then click the link there and you can find the tools like I used to eat my crab. They're very cheap. Thanks for your viewership and y'all have a good day. Hey y'all, Captain IrixGuy here. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to subscribe. It's youtube.com/IrixGuy. And ring that bell icon when you do to be notified whenever I post another video. Thanks for your viewership and y'all have a good day.